Well, now you see the field, thank you, Ben. You see the field beginning to take shape in the missing man formation. And again, this is in honor of and in remembrance of Kyle Busch, who passed away earlier this week. A father, a racer, and a NASCAR champion, and a member of the Lucas Oil family. Ladies and gentlemen, the missing man formation at the 34th annual Show Me 100 tonight in remembrance of Kyle Busch.
I wonder who Kyle would pick. Remember he called Kyle Larson Tiny Kyle. What? Actually, he picked Davenport that night at Georgetown. Thornton won, but he might pick Davenport if he was here, right? He's looking down on us. Forrest Lucas, man. Let's do it. Let's have a good one, brother. 100 laps, $75,000 to win the first Crown Jewel late model race of the year. And it happens to be with the best series in dirt late model racing. The world's fastest late models, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. $205,000 feature purse. Let's do it.
Race car engineering pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn to the infield. Jonathan Davenport on the pole. Josh Rice on the outside. They head to the Ace Doran hauling and rigging starting zone, and the Show Me 100 is underway.
Davenport into turn number one, the Double L Motorsports. Lance and Darla Landers, 49. Rice on, pedaling hard into turn number one. Everybody quickly through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. It's the leader plus 3 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and 49 on lead lap 1.
Jonathan Davenport out front. He got a very good start, but Josh Rice able to keep pace with him. Rice was a little bit better in turns 1 and 2 on that opening lap. That lead duo stretches out by a considerable margin over the rest of the field early in this one, as they've got about 8, maybe 10 car lengths on the battle for the third spot between Hudson O'Neal and Brandon Overton.
O'Neal trying to clutch that $2,500 for the Wheeling Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheeling. Right now, Rice staying right with JD as he'll lead him off of turn number 4. O'Neal started in 5th. He's already up to 3rd. Then it's Overton. Chris Ferguson runs in 5th.
You ride along with Hudson O'Neal on the right side of your screen as you see him pedaling hard, trying to close in on the leaders. Amazing that view from Hudson O'Neal's cockpit, James. You see those guys really able to stretch their advantage out in front of him, coming off corner number 2 and off corner number 4.
Right now, JD, the advantage is 0.8 of a second. They're 3 wide back here. Brian Shirley, Chris Ferguson, who had a great run here the last couple of nights, and took both features here on Friday night. As you see, Alberson in 58. He runs in 9th. Dylan McCowan runs in 10th. As they come off of turn 4, Kyle Bronson, an early contender for the Hoco Trucking Hard Charger. They're in the 40B. 5 laps in the books in this one. As you look back on that battle that James just mentioned, with Kyle Bronson in the 40B and Brian Shirley in the 3S. Those drivers going at it for position number 6. And Squirrel, one of the first drivers, stepped to the outside. 6 laps in the books in this one. Right now, again, as you mentioned, 2 have pulled away since 0.6 of a second. Josh Rice digging on the bottom. Josh Rice has a run out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. He said he wasn't so sure, as he said in the interview last night, about coming here for the first time, and right now he's sticking right with one of the best in the business in Jonathan Davenport as we work lap number 8, DJ.
Lap number 8, silent for Kyle Busch. Back at the front of the field, James, nothing has changed other than Josh Rice just continues to limbo through the course. I'm not too sure that he didn't maybe make a little contact with the Ute tire down there. Now he's going to try the high side down in turns 3 and 4 and go for the lead.
We've seen this before at Florence, haven't we? A few times, right? He's going to go back to the Mata, down the back straightaways. They pick up the tail end of the field. Into turn number 3, right now it's Colby Vandenberg. All 27 starters still out there. The deficit is 0.2 of a second. There's the battle back here. Kyle Bronson moving up through there. Kyle up 6 spots. Hey, Bronson, he's got a good hot rod. The last Lucas Oil win he had was at the I-80 Silver Dollar Nationals in 2021 in his return to the Lucas Oil Series as Overton runs in 5th, and then Shepard, Ferguson, Shirley, Alberson, McCowan still in the top 10.
Absolutely, and things are starting to pick up at the front of the field as they've reached the back of the field. Jonathan Davenport going to try to work his way by Corey Lawler. Lawler will be the first driver to go a lap down, and he's able to put Lawler between himself and the 11 of Josh Rice as we keep looking back on a battle for fourth, 5th, and 6th.
Rice learned a lot. He said the first feature last night he went too hard on tires, but that second one he was dynamic, and right now Rice through the middle. He is staying right with Jonathan Davenport. Well, Jimmy Owens used to be the Wheatland dominator, right? Davenport 16 wins here. He's won here 3 times this year. His only loss was last night in that second feature when he had a flat tire, came back out, got a top 6. But he's led every lap, but the 11R staying right there, DJ, out of turn 4 as we scored lap 15.
That's 2 full seconds the advantage that lead duo has over the rest of the field. And Rice, he may have, if he doesn't clip that Ute tire, man, he had to get off the throttle to keep from hitting it for sure. And it was right when you thought maybe he had a run on the 49 and a battle up front for the lead. Now heavy lap traffic for the lead duo.
Yeah, O'Neill's about 2.7 behind this duo here as they work down the back straightaway. Here comes Josh Rice. James and Justin Ratliff, the 11R car. Josh Rice through the middle. Out of 4, pushing up the track is Davenport. Rice through the middle. He's right there on the tail end as they had to turn them once 2/10 of a second. Will we have a new leader? Rice out of turn 2, Dustin Jarrett. They're side by side.
He's got to run to the outside. He's able to clear Davenport momentarily. It's official at the scoring loop. Davenport hung up behind the back of the field on the bottom as they come across the line. New race leader. It's going to be Josh Rice on lap 18.
You're looking good so far, my friend, as your pick as he comes out at turn number 2. A long way to go. Davenport's never going to give up. The East Door and Hauling and Rigging 49. They're battling side by side. Out at turn 4, will Davenport regain the lead? No, it's a car length for Rice in the 1 as we've scored 19 laps caution free so far here tonight.
This track is really good here right now.
Bronson's 4th.
Oh my. How many spots is he up? You've got that on your monitor.
He's up 7, but Ricky Thorne Jr.'s up 8. Yep. Here comes Kyle Bronson. Look at this. He's going for 3rd. Win 1 for Kyle.
Right? Kyle for Kyle.
Kyle for Kyle. Side by side with O'Neill, the current Midway Sheeman points leader. Josh Rice still leads. It was 0.7 of a second in the turn number 1.
Oh, man. Well, Bronson hung up there just a little bit, trying to work through the back of the field. And here comes the Rocket 1 down to his inside. Battles all over the racetrack at the front of the field. Still Josh Rice by about a car length and a half, 2 car lengths over Jonathan Davenport in the midst of lap traffic. That's now on the left side of your screen, and that's just a hornet's nest of cars on the right side of your screen.
This is entertaining. And here comes Garrett Alberson. Alberson down the back straightaway, works to the outside. You see Overton behind him. Garrett to the outside. Here's the battle for the lead down the straightaway. It's still a car length for the 11R in the 1.
No, it's not a car length anymore as Davenport throws it in there. He clears Rice momentarily. Rice unable to pull the crossover. Will Davenport have the lead back this time by at the line? He's got Clay Stuckey in front of him. Rice will swing way wide. Jonathan Davenport back out front here on lap number 24.
Got 2 different leaders there going at it. Rice will get a run down the back straightaway. O'Neill is 3rd. Shepard. Alberson is up to 5th. Bronson, Overton, Chris Ferguson, McCowan, 9. Shirley. Bobby Pierce is up to 11th. Bobby Pierce up 9 spots, the defending race winner.
He started back in the 20th position, and he runs 11th. Ricky Thornton Jr. started 19th, and he currently runs 12th. A lot of movers and shakers in what has been a caution-free Show Me 100 presented by Ace Doran Hauling and Rigging. And don't look now, but Josh Rice is like a pesky fly, and he simply will not go away as he's trying to work his way back around Jonathan Davenport.
Brother James back home. He's got to be excited. Tim Tunkin, you know he's watching down there in Campbellsville. But right now, Davenport showing the way.
How about this battle for 3rd?
Right,
and they're closing in. Yeah, they're closing in on that lead duo as well, James.
Please stay green, Dust. I'm going to say it early.
PSG.
Early and often. Here we go.
Oh, man. So the advantage from 2nd to 3rd at one point was over 2 seconds. Now the advantage from 2nd to 3rd, as you just saw in the upper left-hand part of the screen, well, that time by, it was down to 1.2. So, yeah, they're reeling them in, James.
Rocket One has never won this race. And they haven't really run that all that much over the years, obviously. Brandon got second here back a few years ago, but that was in the family B5. You see Davenport behind the 11 of Trevor Gundaker, Rice still right there in the 11R. The deficit is 6/10 of a second. Rice just trying to conserve those tires. When you're young like this, you just want to go guns out right every lap, but JD, one of the best.
Speaking of guns out, yeah, how about Davenport, man? He has just turned up the wick on that 49. He's gone to the outside of the racetrack, and he has immediately put a full second between himself and Josh Rice these last couple laps.
Shepard, O'Neill, Alberson, still your top 5. Josh Rice trying to stay within contact. Davenport way up there against the cushion out of turn number 2.
I mean, that 49 is fast on the outside of the racetrack. There you're looking back at 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hudson O'Neill in the blue 71, the blue and white 58 of Garrett Alberson, and the red Budweiser 76 of Brandon Overton, with 32 laps scored in this one. A second and a half now the advantage for JD over Rice.
Pierce up 12 now. Bobby Pierce from 20th to 8th. There's the 32 car. You knew he was going to be a factor, and he's looking for another spot on Bronson.
Hooker trucking hard charger early in the going in this one, as he's going to try to work his way around KB40. Will he do it? Yes, he will. Look at that. Ah, look at this graphic. I love it. Bobby Pierce, his progression through the field.
We're still 17 shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. It's been green all the way so far. 2 different leaders, the 49 and the 11. Shepard, O'Neill, Alberson, Overton, Pierce another spot, 7th ahead of Bronson, Ferguson, Dylan McCowan 10th, Ricky Thornton Jr. up to 11th. He's up 8 spots in the 20 RT.
Jonathan Davenport still your race leader and still pounding the outside of this racetrack. Josh Rice continues to work the inside of the speedway, James. A 2.2 second advantage now for the fast 49.
Davenport out of turn 4. Clements power plant under the hood of that Lance and Darlin Anders Longhorn. Into turn number 1, battle back here between O'Neill, who runs in 4th, Alberson 5th. O'Neill trying to clinch that $2,500. The Sunoco Rachel's Road to Wheatland. Davenport, they're trying to go 3 wide here in traffic out at turn 4. Young hands in front of him as they go into 1. Davenport way up top side.
Yeah, Davenport got way up topside that last time by, coming off corner number 4, James. Bobby Pierce taking that same line around this racetrack as well. And this racetrack, in a way, a little like Eldora in the sense that that outside sometimes can push so high up the racetrack that the bottom starts coming back in. You see guys start moving back down to the lower groove.
Well, the last several years, you couldn't run like Davenport just did to the top in that 1 and 2 because it was shelving off. JD leads coming out of turn number 4. Battle back here. Bobby Pierce from 20th to 6th. Will he gain another spot? He's got it going on. His dad, Bob Pierce, turning the wrenches down the main straightaway to the outside. They're side by side into 1. Bobby Pierce.
You got to remember, he was not that good here on the 2 prelim nights. He had to race his way in through a B main, did Bobby Pierce. So they have found something on that race car. As a matter of fact, I talked to Bobby and Bob. Man, that was close right there the other night during one of our track prep breaks, and they were both frustrated because they could not find speed. Well, they found it here tonight.
They got speed.
His BP's up to 5th.
15 spots.
Dan Ebert has slowed to a stop over in turns 1 and 2. And for the first time in this race, we have a Hellraiser Jacks caution flag. 40 laps in the books, 60 laps remaining.
Of course, it'll be Delaware double file restart till 10 or less laps to go. Davenport and Rice have been the 2 leaders in this race. Brandon Shepard is 3rd. He started 6th. That's only started in 5th. He's 4th. But Bobby Pierce, I don't know if he wanted to stay green or a caution, right? I mean, you don't know. You just don't know. But he's 20th to 5th.
He was rolling pretty good, but he was also like 6.5 seconds behind Davenport, too. So it was actually a fairly equal distance between Davenport, Rice, Shepard, and O'Neill. We're going to take a look at the FK Rod Ends instant replay. I don't know that we exactly have what happened to Dan Ebert, but I do know that it was a very close call as well for Brian. Right here, look at Brian Shirley. No, man.
So the first caution of the race, Ebert was running in 12th, by the way. Running a good race there. So it'll be Davenport, Rice, Shepard, O'Neill, Pierce, your top 5. Then Alberson, Overton, Bronson, Thornton, McCowan, 10th. Then Chris Ferguson. Then it'll be Shirley, right? Shirley, and then Blair and Hilsebeck and Carson Ferguson, your top 15.
Well, Ben Shelton, you have a much different vantage point from where you're at down in the infield, and this track. Is it safe to say, Ben, this thing looks, isn't as streaky from your vantage point as what it looks up here?
No, it is, and these guys are chasing traction, and as we've seen, you said it, DJ, sometimes that top gets a little further around, the bottom comes in. There is still a good amount of moisture on the bottom. I think you're going to start seeing some guys roll the middle as well. Bobby Pierce, probably the guy most thankful to see that caution. Lights are out. This is going to be a good one coming back to the green flag.
Rice going to choose the outside lane on this restart. James 40 in the books, 60 laps to go. And the Ace Doran Hauling and Rigging 49 will fire in the Ace Doran Hauling and Rigging starting zone.
Davenport's led 35 laps. Rice has led 6. Here comes Brandon Shepard. Great restart for him. Will we have a change in the first 2 spots for the first time in this race? Shepard is trying to go to second. Rice battles on the outside. There's only on 71. JD up to that top, leads out at turn number 4.
They still fan out 2 by 2 all the way through the field. Pierce on the bottom. He's been running the top. Rice trying to make that middle group work. So is the 71. 58 up on the outside. Man, this thing is really, really sporty early on here, James, in this one. I say early on, but we're closing into that $500 Hellraiser Jacks halfway point.
Oh, man, that was close to call. It's still Rice in second. Shepard, here comes O'Neill. Let's go 3 wide here. Coming up, O'Neill. Can he get to the bottom? No, he's going to try and look for the middle.
That gap closed real quick, didn't it, James? He was going to, and man, that gap closed really, really quick. Rocket won that time. Going to take second at the line. Brandon Shepard. Now the bridesmaid in this one as Davenport stretches out to a 1.4 second advantage.
Of course, Rice, a longtime Rocket driver for Rick Jones, won his first race in a Longhorn here last night. Here they come down the main straightaway. JD still continues to lead as we approach the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. Coming up here in about 5 laps this time around.
Jonathan Davenport trying to leave the field behind him like he's done 16 times previously in action here at the 3/8 mile Wheatland, Missouri Oval. There's your battle for second. 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Brandon Shepard has that spot. Josh Rice trying to take it back, and they are backing up a little bit, and we have got a Hellraiser Jacks caution on the speedway. Daniel Hilsebeck with a flat left rear tire on the Banning Chiropractic number 22, and that'll slow the pace. 5 laps shy of the Hellraiser Jacks $500 halfway.
So Daniel Hilsebeck, Tristan Vesterby, the crew chief on that one. They'll go to the pit. Remember, he is 15th in points, trying to stay up in there as he is going to make his way back to, along with Corey Lawler, to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pick. Daniel was up 5 spots, 17th to 12th in this race. So our second caution with 45 complete.
And again, you mentioned it, James, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit on the outside of the racetrack here at Lucas Oil Speedway. One other driver looks like Tony Jackson Jr. back there as well. At this point, only 1 driver out of the race, and that's Colby Vandenberg, who exited back on lap 24.
Right now, Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, again, Pierce up 15, Thornton up 12 in double figures for both of them. They started in the same row here tonight, row number 10. So it'll be Davenport. Shepard will now have the choice on the restart. He is second, then it's Rice, O'Neill, Pierce, Alberson, Thornton is 7th, Overton, Bronson, Ferguson 10th. Man, Hilsebeck had a good run going. Daniel looking for a top 10, possibly higher, running in 12th, but he'll have to restart on the tail end.
Ben Shelton, you have watched this for 45 laps from down there in the infield. From your expert opinion, does anybody have anything for the fast 49 in this one?
Well, I talked about Bobby Pierce in the last Hellraiser Jacks caution. That Rocket 1 is methodically working his way forward, too. And let's not forget, he won one night of the Diamond Nationals here last year. That was a big win for that team. They haven't raced here a ton, as you said. They haven't had the best of luck. So I'm going to watch Brandon Shepard in the 1 car. And Hudson seems like he's starting to come to life a little bit. But, man, it's so tough when you let that 49 car get out front. especially with the way the racetrack is progressing now, or as you talked about, it's streaking up. It's really a solid racetrack tonight. It's smooth. 49 is going to be tough, but there's a lot of guys that are up to the challenge.
Well, and interestingly enough, Brandon Shepherd, who was on the inside, James, on that last Delaware double file restart, but de facto, he chooses the inside on this one. So he had to take the inside on the last one because the 11 of Rice went outside. Well, now he is on the inside, or he chooses the inside rather, Rice on the outside, but the difference comes behind him. Bobby Pierce now on the outside, which I think is where he wants to be here.
And the 20 RT as well. Both up a combined 27 spots. Pierce and Thornton, they started in the same row. Far from over, still 5 shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway.
$500 to the driver that's leading that one.
Jonathan Davenport.
Oh, and he's waving it off, or they're waving it off from race control.
What's going on with Davenport here?
I know Jonathan Davenport. I bet he's going to point out a piece of debris. Let's see. He is, yeah, yep, there it is, right there.
Well, those Deathbridge optician glasses, they can spot.
Looks like a wheel cover.
Yeah. Series director Rick Schwally down there. There's Canute. Tech director. Very good.
You know, I said that I started to say Davenport called it off, and then I said race control. It may have been Davenport. He may have seen that and kind of sped up a little bit.
All right. 55 to go. Davenport, Shepherd, Rice, O'Neill, Pierce, your top 5. Rob Penrod, the fertile green flag next time around at the East Door and Hauling and Rigging restart zone. Rice is hung right in there. You wonder how his tires are. He was worried about that the other night. Not in the second feature, though. He got a good run going in that first one last night, but went too hard of tires, he said. But see if he can get around. One of the best in the business. And Jonathan Davenport, no doubt a first ballot Hall of Famer when he retires, but he doesn't plan to do that anytime soon. We're back underway at Wheatland.
And a good restart for Josh Rice as he got the initial hole shot on the one, and Bobby Pierce slides high down in turns 1 and 2. That opens up the door for Ricky Thornton Jr. Going to run on the inside, and that door closes just as quickly as it opens.
Oh, man, this 3 and 4 is excellent. Oh, man, squeeze it through there is Pierce. And Bobby Pierce is going to get another spot. To the outside, Pierce up to 4th. Here comes O'Neill on the outside of Thornton. Here comes Garrett Alverson at 58. Davenport still leads Rice and Shepherd off at turn number 4. Wow. We're still 3 shy of the halfway mark. You know, we joked earlier that there are things about Wheatland that remind you of Eldora. Obviously not the size of the racetrack, much smaller, but the streakiness of it, and these restarts are just absolutely wild, much like we see at the Big E as well. James 2 laps shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway, and Jonathan Davenport, he led the first 17 laps. And Josh Rice led 18 through 23, and Davenport has been back out front since lap 24. Well, one more lap will put the Hellraiser Jacks halfway side by side here. Pierce and Rice. Shepherd is back to 2nd. Here comes Bobby on the bottom. And they side by side, O'Neill in 71. Then it's Alverson, Thornton, Overton, Bronson, McCowan still your top 10. Pierce up 16 spots. Thornton up 12. How about Gordy Gundaker up 10? Hellraiser Jacks halfway, and that is a $500 bonus for your race leader, Jonathan Davenport. Behind him, they thought about 3 wide momentarily for the 3rd spot. Josh Rice trying to turn back the challenges of both Hudson O'Neill and Bobby Pierce. No. Rice is high. Pierce was higher there. Oh, man. They were in the Bass Pro Shops lobby over here in Springfield. Are you kidding me? These guys aren't really freaking talented at what they do. Hey, don't look now, by the way, but I believe that Brandon Shepherd is closing in on race leader Jonathan Davenport. 1.2 the advantage right now. He's working that bottom B-Shep down the back straightaway, but 32 is 3rd. From 20th to 3rd for 32 on the outside of O'Neill on Rice. Off at turn number 4. I just love watching these. They're the best in the business, watching these guys run as they go into turn number 1. Davenport way up there. Did he slip over the bank over there? He might have got that right rear up over just a little bit. Wow. Brandon Shepherd
just creeping along on the inside. The gap this time, oh yeah. Yep, Sheppy gains almost 4/10 on him that last time. The Cush giveth and the Cush taketh away.
It's the Wheatland Cush out of 4. Davenport, Shepard, Pierce, O'Neill, Rice, Alberson, Overton, your top 7. It was 1.22 laps ago. Now 0.6 of a second. It's cut it in half.
Yeah.
1 is there.
Yeah,
Sure, let's see the right rear Hoosier slip off at 2. Davenport.
Here's the replay on the left side of your screen. Well, it wasn't right there. It's going to be, I believe, this time that he
right
came
there,
around.
right there on the lower right. Yeah, there. I don't know. He's still leading though, but it's 0.6 of a second, and they're going to pick up the tail end of the field here right now. Pick up the tail end of the field right there. Here comes 1.
Yeah,
here comes 32, Dustin Jarrett.
Well, this might actually play into Davenport's advantage because you see the back of the field running the same groove that Rocket 1 is right now. So,
32.
oh my.
Watch this. Oh, look. Oh, man. He cleared him.
It was Illinois on Illinois violence
Pierce
almost.
20th to 2nd, 42 to go.
I mean, what can you say? You're right.
That looked like the last lap at Fairbury a few years ago, didn't it?
The cream rises to the top here at Lucas Oil Speedway. You've got
he's rolling. He's rolling.
Oh, no,
well, right in front of
trouble.
your leader, and we're going to have a caution over Kramer and Stuckey.
We needed a PSG there. It was about to get very, very interesting.
Hellraiser Jack's caution for Mason Oberkramer and Clay Stuckey.
Wow. Just our 3rd Hellraiser Jack's caution of the night, and it falls on lap 59.
It was about to be fallsy. Davenport, your leader. Pierce is now 2nd. Ben Shelton after starting 20th.
Guys, this is entertaining. You know, I mean, watching what these guys do, and yeah, Pierce has come up through there. Davenport's had a couple of get-out-of-jail-free cards. See Max Blary's in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. But watching Pierce and Shepard come up through there, and yeah, that move that Pierce put on Shepard, it was reverse roles from a few years ago at the PDC when Shepard got in front of him. I still don't know how the 32 cleared the 1 to do what he did. And now if you're the 49, where do you go on the restart? Because you're pretty confident you know where that 32 car is at on the racetrack.
Well, and he had changed his line, Ben. Davenport did just a couple laps prior. James, you and I saw that. He was really high in turns 1 and 2, and then he suddenly kind of moved down to the bottom of the speedway in an effort to block Brandon Shepard and the move that he was trying to make.
Ryan Shepard had backpedaled just a little bit. Was back in 17th. Again, right now, he 7th in the Lucas Oil points. His first full year after 5 years with the Outlaws. You see, that is Rice down there, isn't it? That is Josh Rice in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce.
That is Max Blair.
Oh, Max Blair, I'm sorry.
Yes, close.
I saw the 1. And
yeah, extra 1. It's okay.
The extra 1. Rice is still 5th.
The 1-1-1.
So it's Davenport, Pierce, Shepard, O'Neill, Rice, DJ, your top 5. Alberson, Overton, Bronson back to 8th, Thornton back to 9th. 10th is McCowan. Clay Harris is up from 16th to 11th. Then the Fergusons. Wow.
No shortage. Listen, it's easy to brag up Lucas Oil Speedway, right? I mean, it's just such a phenomenal facility and everything else. And they may have gone a stretch there, maybe like in the 2010s, you know, where they had some races that maybe weren't as good. But I'm telling you what, man, these last 4, 5, 6 years or so, this place has been really, really racy. And then with the slight reshaping of the banking during the off season, but in both 1 and 2,
right,
and 3 and 4. You know, we talked a little about 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 as well. They've reshaped it a little bit. I mean, this is again, it's going to sound like a homer statement because it's Lucas Oil Speedway, but doggone it, this place has just been racing phenomenal.
All right, we still got 41 laps to go.
I'm here for it. I am here for it, brother.
Well, it was down to 0.5 of a second. Davenport and Pierce.
Hey, what if I told you Pierce took the inside?
No, he's not. No. Don't trick me.
Oh, man.
We was just glad to see sunshine today. Excellent crowd here on hand, and they're seeing a dandy. Make your plans to get back here in 2027. Well, going to be here in July. Blair gets a push back out on the racetrack. Max was running in 20th, but he'll tail into the lead lap right now. So Bobby Pierce up 18 spots. Gordy Gundaker up 12 in the 11G.
You talk about Max getting pushed back out on the racetrack. He had that issue a couple nights ago, remember, where he was supposed to start up front. The throttle linkage fell off. So the yellow lights are turned off, and we're going to go back to green flag racing this time. 59 in the books, 41 to go, and Davenport leads them to the Ace Doran Holland and Rigging starting zone.
He knows who's behind him, right? You know he does.
I think he does, yes.
Through the middle is O'Neill. Pierce gets a run up top. Bishop on the bottom. Bishop's had a good car on that bottom. Pierce way up there with Davenport as they come off of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. We have 40 laps remaining, 60 in the books.
How about Garrett Albertson back up inside the top 5? They're getting, oh, Davenport too high down in turn 2, and that allows both Brandon Shepherd and Bobby Pierce to go by.
You never see that, do you?
You don't, but we did right there, and Bobby Pierce from 20th to the lead at Lucas Oil Speedway.
We'll have to see a replay of that one as he loses 2 spots and he's about to lose another one. Here comes O'Neill. Rice back in it. Garrett Albertson up to 5th. Garrett digging on the bottom. What a change of events. 3 different leaders in this race. You mentioned Bobby Pierce. Wow, he goes way up top side. Oh, Shepherd on the bottom.
I mean, are we in Wheatland, Missouri, or did they move Wheatland to Illinois?
I don't know, but it's a good one out of turn number 4. Bishop digging hard. Bobby Pierce still. We'll see what happened to the 49 car. He has led 54 laps, and right there it pushed, and it pushed even more, and he went off the racetrack, and 32 and 1 got around him.
Yeah, and they have pulled away, like you said, James. They have stretched their advantage out by over a second now over Jonathan Davenport. But how about Bobby Pierce from 20th to the lead in this one?
He has not been a factor all weekend in the 2 features we had here last night. But
no, he told me the other night, he said, we stink, we're not any good. They were trying to figure things out. But the one thing Bob Pierce did say, Bob said, if we can get out front in clean air, I think this car is going to be good. Well, he's out front in clean air now, but he had to drive from 20th to get there.
O'Neill a little bit bobbled there. Right now 4th with this Rice, Albertson, Overton. Clay Harris is up to 8th, 16th, 8th. Bronson Thornton, your top 10, but 3 different leaders in this race. Rice now having a beat on O'Neill now. The Battle of Kentucky and Indiana out at turn number 2. Josh Rice in his first Show Me 100 has put on quite a show here tonight. He's led 6 laps, looking for a top 5 finish, leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase.
Yeah, they're closing in on Jonathan Davenport as well. You've got about 4 cars right there together. That is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th on the left side of your screen. On the right side of your screen, you ride along with Hudson O'Neill, who's currently in the 4th spot, trying to take 3rd away from Jonathan Davenport.
And don't look now, DJ. They're going to pick up the tail end. Pierce got way up there in 2. Here comes Bishop on the bottom. Last time it was around as 1 second. It's going to be less than that this time. Shepherd digging on the bottom. Heavy traffic in front of your leaders off of turn number 4.
We need a quadruple box, as you would say. I just stole your line right there. Bobby Pierce, 7/10 of a second out front, and he made a nice move right there. I thought he was going to split the 93 and the 19M. He didn't do so, but he'll clear the 19M here and momentarily put 2 back markers between himself and Brandon Shepherd.
And Shepherd's going to have to go to the top. He's going to get around the 19M of Smith and the 93 of Lawler. He follows him into 1. You mentioned that 2 lap cars a buffer, and they're running side by side. Lawler and Smith as Pierce tries to pull away a little bit. Meanwhile, Davenport trying to hold off O'Neill and Albertson trying to hold off Rice.
I mean, you just wonder how long Bobby Pierce can ride the rim of this racetrack like he is. And I know he's off camera for us right now because he got a good battle there for 3rd. But I mean, at 32, again, it looks like he's at Eldora, the way that he's got the right rear spoiler bouncing off the wall practically every lap.
Shepherd has cleared Brendan Smith. He's got to clear Corey Lawler now. Pierce slides in front of Oberkramer and Stuckey. Up the track, Oberkramer trying to get his lap back. Pierce there, it's clear in front of him.
Oh, Josh Rice over here on the right side of the screen. James got the right rear up over, and he's going to lose at least 1 spot, if not more.
Meanwhile, out of the race is Brendan Smith down the main straightaway. There's Overton. Here comes Clay Harris. Pierce still leads. We got 27 to go in this race.
And Pierce has really put the whip to her the last few laps, as he is now stretched out to over a 2-second advantage over the Rock 1. Meanwhile, on that right side of your screen, man, Josh Rice has got his hands full with the 11. I mean, that thing is really shoving in the corners when he tries to go high.
Coming under siege from Kyle Bronson and Ricky Thornton Jr., who runs in 10th. Right now, the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger is your race leader from 20th to the lead. There's the battle back there. That is for third. Davenport in 49, O'Neill in 71. They're going to go side by side down the back straightaway. But they are more than 5 seconds behind your race leader.
I feel like every time I've looked at Hudson O'Neill, he has been beside somebody on that racetrack. I don't know if it feels that way from his vantage point or not. Chase Younghan's out in the 18, but O'Neill has been engaged in a battle just about every single time we've seen him on the track. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Bobby Pierce still in heavy lap traffic, James, and what was once a 2.3 second advantage has shrunk just a little here the last few laps. Shep able to take about 0.6 off of it. He now trails Bobby Pierce by 1.7 seconds, this time by 22 to go.
Shepard needs to clear Trevor Gundaker and Mason Oberkramer in the 1. Right now, Bobby Pierce comfortably out in front. Down the back straightaway behind the 111 of Max Blair. A rarity to see him go a lap down this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, but is about to, and he does with 22 laps remaining. Shepard still second. Davenport, O'Neill still going at it. Garrett Alberson trying to catch them. Good 3-car battle for third. 49, 71, and 58.
Fun meter pegged for Trevor Gundaker. He's going to pull out of the race in this one. 2.1 seconds the advantage for Bobby Pierce. Still a highly entertaining battle for third, fourth, and fifth on the left side of your screen between Davenport, O'Neill, and Garrett Alberson. And you saw it right there from the in-car camera. HUD may have made contact with the 93.
That was close. As they come out of turn number 4, they'll have 19 laps to go coming up. It's the 32 car. He's coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Gotten around the 111. He'll work on Ebert. Oh, and he throws it in there. Oh, man, he almost made contact with the 60 car. He has Hilsebeck in front of him. But he'll open up a little bit more of an advantage. We've got 18 laps remaining. Pierce now clear path down the back straightaway as Tony Jackson Jr. is out of this one.
Yeah, but while he was doing that again, Brandon Shepard able to close in just a little bit. Pierce continues to roll the extreme high side of this racetrack. We'll see if Brandon Shepard's able to take any off this time. He does not. As a matter of fact, Bobby Pierce puts 0.3 on him. On the right side of your screen, what's new? The 49 and the 71 continue to run side by side.
So, Neil, let's see if this time it only becomes official at the line to get the third spot. It looks like he will, but we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution on the track. Debris on 16 to go, Dustin.
How about that?
And that debris came off of Bobby Pierce's car. He caught the top of the concrete in 3 and 4, knocked the right sideboard of the spoiler off, that breakaway part. You can see as he comes down the front straightaway. So that's what's going to draw up that Hellraiser Jack's caution. He's glad to see that because that debris he left is in the same groove he is running. That could have cut his tire down.
Wow. Devin Moran down to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Moran, been a long weekend for him. He was running in 16th, so we have 17 to go officially. That might change things, right?
No, it's far from over. I mean, it is far from over.
It's also worth mentioning, guys, last year Bobby Pierce wins this race. He takes the lead on lap 69 from the 8th starting spot. Tonight, he takes the lead on lap 61. Is it something about the 60s and the Show Me 100 that just works for Bobby Pierce here at Lucas Oil Speedway?
Not only that, Ben, but if you think back, that's a great observation, but if you think back to 2017 as well, that was another rained out race. That was also one that was run on Sunday, James. If you remember, and he came from the 14th starting spot to win that one.
So in this race, Davenport's led 54 laps. Pierce has led 23 laps. Josh Rice has led 6. Rice is back to 11th now as he's got a wheel handling machine. But on the restart, it'll still be Delaware double file. Pierce will be on front by himself. Then be Shepard, Davenport, O'Neill, Alberson, Overton, Thornton is 7th from 19th. Clay Harris 16th to 8th. Chris Ferguson, Kyle Bronson, your top 10. Wow. With Davenport, that is rare. I mean, he just pushed up there a couple of times in turn 2, and Pierce and Shepard went by him.
But you know what, though? Doggone it, there's still 17 laps left in this race. I am not counting that 40. If the 49's in the field, I'm never counting him out of it.
No.
Okay?
No.
Who knows? He might still have an ace up, not ace Doran. He might have an ace up his sleeve still in this one.
Shepard's car is better on the bottom end, and I mean, he gets in the traffic. It's a little tedious, but we'll see if he can stay with Pierce here.
Well, the 49's going to be on the outside on this restart.
Bishop's going to pick the bottom, and it's O'Neill and Alberson. They're still in it.
17 laps at Lucas Oil Speedway might as well be an eternity. I mean, I just don't think that we are through seeing the twists and turns in this one.
We need Larry McReynolds here with the last caution average over the last 20 years.
That's right.
All right, Rob Penrod for old green flag. Pierce from 20th to the lead. Shepard started 62nd. 3 different leaders in this race, and I'm still not confident we may have a 4th different leader. I don't know. We'll see. Pierce the right spoiler support off the car. See how that will affect him. The A-Store and Holligan Rigging restart zone. 17 to go for $75,000.
32 gets a good restart. Immediately puts a couple car lengths between himself and the rest of the field. The rest of the field do anything at all with him. I told you,
you're right.
Here comes Davenport. He's not out of this thing just yet. Oh, man, Pierce again bounces off the wall down in 3 and 4.
They're side by side for second. Shepard has it right now, 49 behind him. No, Davenport goes to second. Now Shepard battles back at the bottom. Here comes Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson, what does he have? Through the middle is 58. Off at turn number 4, DJ. 15 laps to go.
Rocket 1 just took a very straight approach and line through turns 3 and 4. We'll see if that's able to help him. Davenport trying to battle back on the outside. 1 second the advantage for Bobby Pierce as he continues to roll the top and just absolutely bounce that right rear quarter panel off the wall down in 3 and 4.
Well, Davenport's running high. Shepard's running low. Alberson has been better through the middle. Drops back a little bit. Battle in at turn number 3 for second. Bobby Pierce up top, looking for his 3rd Show Me 100 victory down the main straightaway. B-Shep will get back to second, and we've got 13 laps to go. Shepard working that bottom. Davenport all out of sorts there.
And Pierce as well. Pierce is the snout of that car shoved up the racetrack, and it did just right there as well, just ever so slightly. And man, you gotta be careful down in 1 and 2, because as you talked about a couple times, James, that's where the top of the racetrack shelves off a little bit, and Pierce is having a little trouble navigating 1 and 2. James Sheppy closing back in.
Now Pierce goes back to the bottom. Davenport up top. Alberson through the middle. Off at turn 4. It was 7/10 of a second. This time it's 7/10 of a second. Shepard gets that jump out of two. Here comes Shepard down the back straightaway. If he can keep the momentum up, if this thing stays green, there's 10 to go coming up. Davenport's getting it wound up. Off at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway. Into turn 1. It's 8/10 of a second. Man, oh, Shepard, he turns that car out of 2 down the back straightaway. Pierce high, wide, and handsome. Ricky Thornton Jr. to the outside from 19th to 5th. I don't know if he's got enough time. It's still Pierce way up top in the turn 1.
Oh my. I mean, this, I told you, you just never know when you come to Lucas Oil Speedway.
Look at this right here. They're trying to go through wide. Thornton, Alberson, O'Neill.
No, Pierce in the wall again.
I tell you, it was 1.1. What is it this time? It is
he said he had to
1.2.
How is that possible?
And we're going to have 7 to go coming up. They might pick up the tail end of the field. Oh, Pierce way up top. It's getting gnarly in 4.
I mean, it is just comical watching these guys do what they do. There's Bob Pierce signaling his driver. What a great shot there by Adam.
No, we got a caution.
Razor Jacks yellow.
Deep breath, my friend.
You could tell me that more debris fell off the right side of the 32, and I'd probably believe you. I mean, he has hammered the wall, the cushion. He's hammered everything down in 3 and 4. Driving it like he stole it, Ben Shelton.
If we can get Adam Marks to get a shot of that cushion that is up there right in the middle of 3 and 4, literally he's running the Fairbury line where those guys it'll build up on the wall at Fairbury. They go up there and they literally bounce off the wall. They gain traction off the wall, and that is what Bobby Pierce is doing right now. We were at Fairbury a few weeks ago. Tonight we're racing it like it's Fairbury all over again up in turn number 4.
How many times have we seen Rice like that at Florence?
Yeah, well, remember
that time he tried to run without the spoiler hanging off, Okay.
He's knocked a little bit of the rear decking out of that 11 car, hadn't he, James?
All right, he runs 10th right now. So Davenport's led 54 laps. Pierce has led 32 and 32. Rice has led 6. Pierce still the Hoker Trucking hard charger, Ben Shelton.
And if you don't think some of these guys, different tire compounds, the way they prepped them, the way they siped them, they grooved them, you saw Davenport pretty much in the infield down the back straightaway trying to get those tires cooled off on that 49 car for one last run at the 32. But I think you said it best, DJ. Who hits the wall and actually adds to their lead? That's what Bobby's doing right now.
Those here at the track, you can tell up there in turn number 3 that the Jumbotron has been shut down, right? We still got up there at the running order, right?
I'm for it.
There you go. That's fine. We do that at Eldora, too. We've seen that at Eldora.
Yeah, we do it at Eldora. We see that a few times over the course of the year. Absolutely.
All right, so will it be single file from here on out? Pierce, Shepard, Davenport, Alberson, 4th. O'Neill, Thornton, Overton, Harris, Ferguson, Rice, your top 10. Shirley pitted. He's back to 12th. Who doesn't have damage?
There's some. Boy, that damage is incredibly similar to what we just saw on Josh Rice's car.
Fans head to the pit area afterwards. There's going to be plenty of souvenirs for you. Well, Pierce is hanging on. Are we ready to go back green? 7 laps to go to decide it for 75K. Here comes Bobby Pierce.
And a single file restart. We'll see how that changes things. Davenport immediately back to the outside.
No.
Pierce back to the outside. Here comes Brandon Shepard.
He wants Pierce to stay up there and watch this wall. Watch this in 4. Will he jump it? Shepard's on the bottom. Brandon has a run down the straightaway. He is right there, but there's 6 laps to go, 4/10 of a second. That's the closest he's been in a while. Down the back straightaway. Under green flag conditions, Davenport 3rd, Alberson 4th. Here comes Thornton to the outside. All eyes up front. I mean, will he keep it off the wall? He still leads, and he might have extended it out.
Have we combined Fairbury and Eldora in some weird bizarro world for Thornton jumps the cushion down in 1 and 2 and gets passed by several cars, and we stay green.
We stay green off of turn number 4. We got 4 laps to go. It was 7/10 of a second last time around. It's 9/10 of a second. Bobby Pierce doing Bobby Pierce things down the back straightaway. You know he wants it to stay green the rest of the way. He's way up there again in 4. Brings it back down. 3 laps to go for 32.
Brandon Shepard 1 second back of your race leader, and Pierce running that live by the sword, die by the sword line at the top of the racetrack. Now we'll have 2 laps remaining in this one. There's your Kaiser Manufacturing speed shot.
I'm going to get on my soapbox. There better not be any complaints about this race, is all I got to say, right? You know there will be, but they shouldn't be. 20th to 1st. 4 different leaders. 3 different leaders out of turn number 4. Shepard right there, but it's going to be the Barron's Performance white flag. 1 lap to go for the Hopewood, Illinois driver.
Final time around for the smooth operator Bobby Pierce, a 1.3 second advantage. He's driven from the 20th starting spot to take the lead on lap 61. And off corner number 4, Bobby Pierce is a 3-time Show Me 100 champion.
Brandon Shepard crosses the line in 2nd. Davenport 3rd. Alberson 4th. 5th, Hudson O'Neill. 6th, Ricky Thornton Jr. 7th, Clay Harris. 8th, Brandon Overton. 9th, Chris Ferguson. 10th, Carson Ferguson. 11th, Brian Shirley. 12th, Dylan McCowan. 13th, Kyle Bronson. 14th, Josh Rice. 15th, Devin Moran. Then Gordy Gundaker, Daniel Hilzebeck, Max Blair, Dan Ebert, Clay Stuckey, your top 20. Again, 3 different leaders. Davenport leads 54 laps, Pierce 39, Rice leads 6, and your Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, your race winner right now. So he heads to the Long Acre Racing Product Scales, DJ, 20th to the victory.
Yeah, still one
Did not disappoint tonight, did we?
No, it did not, as you got a massive pyro show going off just off of turn number 2 over near the off-road track. Still one bit of business, though, to take care of. They got to make their way to the Long Acre Racing Products Tech and Scale area, and we have seen that affect the outcome of this one before. You look down through the field. Unofficially, what, James? I think 20 drivers.
Yes.
Finished this one.
Ober, Kramer, Jackson, Lawler, Trevor Gundaker did not finish the race. And in young hands, Brendan Smith and Colby Vandenberg, the first car out of the race. All right, Long Acre Racing Product Scales. Here they'll check the group, they'll check the tires.
So the pyro's gone off. There's the 32 in the tech shed here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Now they had to come out of a B main, right? He had to win the first B main to get into the race.
So he will join.
I had to win the second B main, right? He won the second B main, right?
Yeah.
Started 20th.
He's going to join a pretty talented list of drivers that have now won this event 3 times. It includes guys like Jimmy Owens, Scott Bloom, 3 or more. Jimmy Owens, Scott Bloomquist, of course, Wendell Wallace, and Billy Moyer.
Would you say no pole show? No.
From 20th, man.
Nope. Just one little mistake there by the 49, and that's all it took. And Pearson Shepard got around him, and Davenport finishes in 3rd right now, again, pending the Long Acre Racing Products down there. There's Bob Pierce. Tried many times to win this race at West Plains. And his son, no doubt, one of the best drivers that we've seen the last, 4 or 5 years, comes in with a victory. A non-factor the first 2 nights, right?
Yeah.
But never count out the smooth operator. He did it again here tonight, Dustin.
It's official, guys. He has cleared the Long Acre scales. Bobby Pierce is your Show Me 100 champion for the 3rd time in his career, his 30th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win, first one of the year, 10 wins overall. A few donuts for good measure on the back straightaway. He earned this one, 20th to the lead, and it took him 61 laps. Last year, started 8th, took the lead on lap 69. He made quicker work of the field here tonight, and he's going to pick up $75,000 as he makes his way to Veland Victory Lane. The first driver since Jimmy Owens to go back-to-back. That was over a decade ago, back-to-back in the Show Me 100 the past 6 years, 6 different winners. But tonight, it is Bobby Pierce making his way to the front straightaway. He'll be atop the Big River Steel podium. Right side of the spoiler, mangled on the number 32. The breakaway and then some, peeled back literally. And the only thing that could slow him down tonight was a little bit of concrete, and he even gained speed when he got into the wall. So we don't have to climb out of the race car. Families down here congratulating. Defending World of Outlaws champion, defending FloRacing Night in America champion, currently 2nd in the Outlaw standings. And tonight, he's atop the Big River Steel podium with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, grabs the Sunoco checkered flag. Race fans, out of the car, how about it for Bobby Pierce? $75,000. That's what it paid tonight for the hard work. He hops down off the race car. Hall of Famer dad Bob in the background, the Vic Hill powered Longhorn. Bobby's mom, Angie, down. Your mom's chasing you, Bobby. There you go. Hey, 20th to the lead, 61 laps out of the B main. Did you have any inkling at all you had a car that could do that tonight?
No, I think Kevin Kovac was talking to me yesterday, and he asked me if we were going to repeat what we did last year. You know, I kind of sucked on the prelim nights and ended up winning on Saturday. And I said, man, we were way off. I don't see that happening at all. But, you know, it rained. That definitely does, you know, they give us a different racetrack every night. So it keeps us guessing. You can never run the same setup, it seems like. And it adds character to the racetrack where the holes are. And the holes are never in the same spot. So luckily, just the way the track was, the car was great too. And my guys worked their butts off this weekend. Every single time I was in the pits, we were changing something. And throwing the kitchen sink at it is an understatement for sure. But just thanks to my dad, Justin, Darian, Briley, my mom and Abby selling T-shirts up there, and just everyone's support. And Casey Schumann for the racetrack. I was really excited to see what 3 and 4 would do, and I was pretty pessimistic. I told a lot of fans back there, I was like, man, I don't see it getting up there. I think it's too flat, but we'll see, and it got up there. So
you were up there and more. And honestly, I made a comment during the feature. You were running that Fairbury line where you run off in there, you bounce off the wall on 4 and shoot down. You were able to do that. I don't know if you know, but one of those cautions that came out, that was actually your breakaway spoiler. And if that caution hadn't come out, that was laying in the groove. Were you concerned at all about getting into that wall and not be able to get off of it?
I was. A couple times I felt the wheel hit the wall. I would kind of push, started getting a little rut in 3, and I'd push in that rut. Sometimes it actually helped me because it would push the car up on top of the cushion, and I'd get a better run off the corner actually. So, but a couple of times when I did that, I felt the rim hit the wall, and I was pretty worried about it for sure. But these American racing wheels are tough. They held on good, and everything on this car. I mean, I was bouncing through a couple holes. It really wasn't bad. It's just where the holes were, I was making my speed. So I was trying to hit them. And, you know, what an awesome racetrack again. I got to thank my sponsors real quick. Without their support, can't do it. Churchill Transport, huge thanks to him. Low Voltage Solutions, Sea Valley Transportation. I know the AZ4 is watching with Rio Grande Waste Services, Larry, Robin, everybody. Special I guess you could call it a sponsor on the spoiler this weekend, is Sending It for Storm and Norman Harris. There's a lovely lady. She wanted that on the card for this weekend. Norman was her father, and I'm not sure when he had passed away, but this was an awesome memorial for him. And earlier, yesterday, she was like, man, we got to take the bad juju away from you. I'm like, I mean, it is what it is, and we ended up winning. So all my other sponsors, Pontiac RV, Burt Transmissions by Buddha, I know I'm forgetting some, Collins Brothers Towing, VP Fuels, Vic Hill Engines, Olin Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, Longhorn Dynamics, Fast Shafts, Lika Tree Services, Performance Bodies, just a bunch of people help us out. Can't thank them enough, and all these fans, thank you.
You tell me all the time you look at these event shirts and you love history. I want you to think about this one. Tonight, you tie Billy Moyer and Wendell Wallace. They only ever won this event 3 times. You now won 3 times. You tie those guys. What does that mean to you?
Man, that's awesome. I mean, I remember when I was first getting started in late models and supers, Jimmy Owens, he was the guy to beat here, and Scott, of course. I mean, they were both super fast, but I feel like that 2010 range, Jimmy Owens was dominating, and I mean, Scott, of course, too, like I said, he was always dominating, but just an incredible group of guys. I mean, and they're both from Tennessee, and this track it's a mixture of Tennessee and Illinois, man. I mean, the middle, you got to drive like Tennessee. The top, you got to drive like Illinois. So just an awesome to be part of that list and come back and repeat this thing. This is the reason we came here. You know, I think we're the only outlaw guy to show up. We had a tough weekend last week. We got a tough week ahead of us. We really needed to get home today so we could work on a new car, but came to defend our title, and it worked out.
Wheatland, show him some love. Bobby Pierce is the Show Me 100 champion. The 34th edition, the Lucas Oil Show Me 100, presented by Ace Dorn Hauling and Rigging. Coming home in the second spot. Are we in Missouri or Sheppy? Are we in Illinois? Illinois 1 and 2 on the podium. Man, I felt like you were right on the cusp of the entire feature, and it seemed like if you were going to get Bobby, it was going to be on those restarts, those short runs. Was there anything else in the tank you had, or was it a second-place car?
I don't know, honestly. You know, we had a little bit different tire combination than what he had, so I felt like I couldn't run very many laps around the top before I started to feel bad up there. So I was just really trying to, if I could hit 2 laps in a row and 3 and 4 in the bottom right, I could creep to him a little bit. So I was really trying to do that, and you know, I felt like I was pretty good in 1 and 2. You know, I was just didn't really move around probably as much as I needed to, but like I said, I was trying to take care of my tires a little bit there, and a bunch of guys that went with the same tire combination as we did, I felt like hurt their stuff and fell back. So I think our car's really good, really balanced, and maneuverable. The boys, Mark, Dan, Austin, Joel, gave me a great piece again tonight. Hate to run second for sure, but congrats to Bobby and good job to JD. And thanks for all the fans for sticking it out through everything this weekend. It's no better way to spend a Sunday for sure. This place has definitely given me some ups and downs through the years, but you know, it's an awesome place to come. Love bringing my family here. You know, my dad's here tonight. I don't know if it's his first time here, but it's the first time I've ran good while he's here at least. So happy to have him here, and my beautiful wife, and all three of my kids are here. That's really cool. Like I said, I'm just thankful for my team for sticking behind me and all the great sponsors on this thing, and wish we could have been one spot better, but our car's really good, and you know, we're clicking away at them points, and that's what we're trying to do, is just be consistent and be up front night in and night out. The wins are going to come. You're never going to win them all. Sometimes it is what it is, and tonight it was one of them deals. I just didn't feel like I could get up there against the cushion and pass him after he passed me. So I needed to try to do what I could do in the bottom to get past him, and we just fell short.
Brandon Shepherd comes home position number 2 tonight. Linda Lincoln 1 and 2 on the Big River Steel podium. Rounding out the Big River Steel podium, Jonathan Davenport taking a look at the right rear. Man, I feel like you got a few get out of jail free cards, and then finally it bit you on the top of turns 1 and 2. What was the biggest things you were battling trying to run the top side of this racetrack?
Just the holes, and I don't know if we bent something or whatever. We just started bottoming out really bad, and I was even bottoming out through the middle, so I was just trying to find the smoothest place, which it wasn't as rough as what I thought it was going to get. So they did a pretty good job, you know. Track crew, you know, obviously there was 3 lanes there at the end. You know, me and Shepard and Pierce was all trying to do something different. I was just trying to hang on there and just go wherever they would, really. And I couldn't really slow down and take back off like some of the guys could in the bottom. So yeah, I just tried to get out in the middle and float through there and try to find a little grip there and just keep my momentum up. But you know, them guys doing a good job. I guess third's better than a poking eye, but just leading so much, you know, and we've been so good here. It just sucks to run third, but you know, it's a lot better than fourth. So just got to thank everybody from Ace Duran. We had a few people come this weekend, and they seemed to enjoy it pretty good. So thankful for that, and thanks for Steve showing hospitality to them like he always does. And you know, obviously Lance and Darla, we're missing you. Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks Nutrient Ag Solutions and AES Warranty and Longhorn Chassis, old buddy over there, wherever he went to. Chris Davis, Midwest Sheet Metal, Longhorn, everybody that you know, helps us out with this deal. Thanks to all these fans sticking it out. You know, I'm sure there's all kinds of different places y'all could be on Sunday rather than be here. So we appreciate that. Say hello to everybody back home, and yeah, we'll try them again next week.
Superman Jonathan Davenport, he comes up in position 3 on the Big River Steel podium. DJ, James, I think Superman said it best there. 3 grooves at the end of a 100-lapper. Man, you can't ask for much more than that.
No, absolutely, and it, as it always seems to do, this racetrack and this event, James, has a lot of plot twists throughout the course of 100 laps.
It wasn't boring, was it? It wasn't a pole show by any means. 3 different leaders. Again, Davenport leads 54 laps, Pierce 40. And in 6 for Josh Rice, who ended up in 14th. But it's a good points night for Brandon Shepherd because he came in tonight 2nd in the points. Finishes 2nd in the race, and the points leader, Hudson O'Neill, clinches the Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheatland in $2,500.
Yeah, you talked about Davenport leading, what, I think 54, 55 total laps. He led laps 1 through 17 and 24 through 60. Josh Rice would get out front and lead laps 18 through 23, as you mentioned, James.
That was close.
It was very close. And right there, Jonathan Davenport
from first to third, and that was all she wrote right there. You figured the last couple restarts, but Garrett Alberson, what a weekend started off for him, leading a heat race, flipped a car, came back, finished 2nd last night in the Cowboy Classic, and 4th here tonight at Wheatland.
We had 5 Hellraiser Jacks cautions that flew in the event, and Bobby Pierce took the lead on lap 61, and he would lead the final 39 laps to pick up his third Show Me 100 win. Ben Shelton, that is a wrap on another entertaining weekend here at the Show Me 100.
It is, and next year, hopefully Mother Nature's more of a race fan, but I think one of my biggest takeaways is the no surrender from this crew here and all the race teams. Last year was a 90% chance of rain. We got it in. This year we had to do it a little bit different, but the staff kept digging. The racetrack was fantastic, and man, that 32 was just a little bit better than everybody else tonight. They put on a show. It's always an honor to come here, and guys, looking forward to getting to the next one.